So today, we're diving into an ancient Tibetan practice by asking a very modern question. Could Long actually be a form of ancient high-intensity interval training, HIIT? The answer? Well, it might just change everything you think you know about energy work.
When we hear phrases like qigong or channel work, our minds usually go to one place. We picture something really slow, super gentle, almost meditative. Think Tai Chi in the park, right? But the reality of the practice we're looking at today, Salung, is a whole different ballgame. It's intense, it's dynamic, and trust me, it is a real sweat-inducing workout.
So, just for a second, what's the first image that pops into your head? Is it someone moving slowly, gracefully, totally in sync with their breath? Okay, hold on to that image because we're about to flip it completely on its head. Let's just tackle this idea head on. The myth that these ancient practices are always gentle. The story we're following comes from a scholar who thought the exact same thing. That is, until he met his teacher.
And this right here, this is the sentence that changed everything for the author. His own guru told him, point blank, Tizalong is a workout. Not some gentle flow, not a simple meditation, but something that left him literally drenched in sweat. And you can imagine, the author's reaction to this was just pure confusion.
I mean, he was totally baffled. In his mind, Long was this precise, controlled thing about moving energy through channels and points, almost like a type of internal gymnastics. So how on earth could that make you sweat buckets? This disconnect is really the heart of our story. The answer came in the form of a very specific and pretty grueling challenge from his teacher. This is where all that theory met a very physical reality, and it was all centered around one single powerful number. 108. Yep, that was the challenge. Not 10, not 20. 108 reps of a specific exercise, and you had to do them as fast as you possibly could. This wasn't just a friendly suggestion. It was a core part of the practice he'd actually never been taught. And get this, there were some very strict rules. First, these were deep squats. Your buttocks had to actually touch your heels. No cheating. Second, speed was everything. They had to be explosive. And third, you had to finish the entire set of 108. This was all about power, depth, and serious endurance. So why had he never learned this version? Well, his guru explained that the version the author knew was from a public class, and most of the students there were elderly, so the practice had been adapted for them. It was slower, with way fewer reps. It wasn't some big secret, just a different level of training for a different audience. What he was learning now, that was the real deal. So, this huge revelation led to a pretty fascinating showdown. The author took on the challenge, timing himself against his teacher. And the results were, let's just say, humbling. Okay, just take a look at this breakdown. The author was fast for sure, but his guru, who was over 10 years older, mind you, was even faster. The author squatted low, but his guru went even lower. And after all 108 reps, the author was totally gassed while his guru recovered almost instantly. It's just an incredible illustration of the kind of conditioning this practice builds. This experience really sparked a connection in the author's mind. He started looking into modern equivalents and found a perfect match: high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. The definition, short, intense bursts of anaerobic exercise, was exactly what he had just done. This ancient practice was basically using modern sports science principles long before the term HIIT was even a thing. And the numbers really back this up. As you can see on the chart here, the average guy can do about 20 to 25 squats in a minute. The author, using the Chasalung technique, was clocking in at over 30 per minute. And remember, this was after already doing the full 108. His fitness level was clearly way above average. So what's the big takeaway here? His superior conditioning wasn't just some fluke. The author came to the conclusion that it was a direct result of his years of practicing Tizalong. Yep, even the gentler version. It had built this amazing foundational fitness that allowed him to perform at such a high level. Okay, so you're probably wondering, who is this person telling this incredible story? To really understand the weight of these claims, you've got to know the source. The author is I-Hung Chen. Now, this isn't just some fitness enthusiast. He has a PhD in Chinese literature, and his research covers everything from Chinese philosophy and Taoism to meditation and Buddhism. But here's the real kicker. He's not just an academic looking from the outside. He's a direct lineage holder of the Tibetan Nyingma traditions of both Talung and Dzogchen. That gives his personal story some serious weight and authenticity. And all of this leaves us with one final, big thought to chew on. If a practice that's thousands of years old has the core principles of modern high-intensity training baked right into it, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other ancient wisdom is out there just waiting to be rediscovered that could totally redefine how we think about our own health and fitness today?